Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Monday. And as the thumbnail has suggested, unless you misread it like Matthew Rose did, National Football Conference for the win. Fly, Eagles, fly. I am not an Eagles fan. I am very much a Chicago Bears fan, but I'm also very much a believer in if your team isn't in it, then you root for your conference. If you're, or rather your division, and if your division is not yet no longer represented, then you root for your conference, and that's why I am NFC for the win, because I wanted the Eagles to win. I did not want the Chiefs to win. I will be absolutely honest about that, but. A couple of connections to the exactly one connection that I'm aware of to the Eagles, even though I'm not an Eagles fan per se, is that Jalen Hurts did play for Alabama, which is my college football team of choice. So there is a connection. I do have a tenuous connection to the Eagles. I was not just a bandwagoner. I was rooting for the conference in which my favorite team is from. So there you have it. Let's see here. Live chat loaded, Matthew Rose says. Howdy, David Brownlee. Hello. Good to see you. Luke Shirus says afternoon. Good to see you here. Matthew says that he is pouring a birthday shot for all of us. Is it your birthday, Mr. Matthew Rose? If so, happy birthday. If not, well, I don't know why you said that. Matthew Vincent is here. What's up? I was going for the Bears. Did they not win? No, they didn't get anywhere close. So, yeah, the National Foosball Conference. Yes, that's correct. Victoria Ketchum is here. What's up? Hello. Just got back from Kennedy Space Center, Vanessa says. All right. So it is 5:05 over there on the East Coast for y'all. Good to have you here. Thank you for being here. Love KSC. Knew there was something that just didn't sit right with you, Tom. That's probably it right there. I am very surprised by how much I enjoyed it. I was actually not. Kennedy Space Center is a really cool place to go, actually. I'm a Cowboy fan, so I have to root for my conference as well. Yeah, well, you know. Everybody has their flaws, Matthew. I'm just kidding. My mom's favorite team was the Cowboys, and she decked me out every year. Most of my family in Texas were Dallas Cowboys fans as well. My dad took us, I've told this story before, I think, but my dad took us to a Dallas Cowboys versus Chicago Bears game one time up in Texas Stadium, and I was there in my Dallas Cowboys gear that my mom had dutifully bought for me, and I was ready to see the Cowboys win, and they did not. They got trounced, and I was crushed, and I don't recall after that ever rooting for the Cowboys again. I think from that day forward, I was a Bears fan. My dad was a Bears fan, so it was easy for me to just kind of follow after him or in his footsteps. He was also a Cubs fan for the longest time. He still is, don't get me wrong, but he roots for a lot of different people. He lived up in the Baltimore area for a while, so he also rooted for the Orioles and for the Ravens as well. But so it's just been one of those things where I've been a Bears fan for as long as I can remember. I remember a guy in Germany offering to buy my Super Bowl champions Bears shirt off of my back one day. On base, we were at the rec center, and the dude said, "I'll give you $100 for that shirt right now." And of course, I wasn't going to walk home or anything like that without a shirt on, so I said no. But my dad was like, "What? Why didn't you sell them?" So that's just the way it is. Got a couple of games of LaFleur in yesterday. It suffers slightly from luck of the draw, but it was better than I was expecting. Production is good quality and beautiful. LaFleur. I'm not aware of that game. I'll have to look it up later. I was just against Kansas City, Victoria says. Well, there's that too. I did not think that the Chiefs deserved to be there. But it is what it is. My birthday. Love you all. Good. Happy birthday, Matthew. Good to have you here. Thanks for spending some time with us on your birthday. Danny White for the win. Yes, sir. Danny White, Roger Staubach. Those were the guys back then, you know. We saw, if my friend didn't have his work thing starting tomorrow, we would have gone instead. I'll be at SeaWorld. There is a launch at noon tomorrow. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. The Super Bowl used to be on my birthday every so often. That's cool. My family are Denver Broncos fans. Just finished Unconscious Mind, Bob Rock says. 2-player. Wow. Brilliant game. 4th play in 4 days. Woo-wee. Man, that's a heavy game too, bro. All right, good. That's cool. David says, not a sports fan. Didn't even know it was Super Bowl Sunday until the clips started mistakenly flooding my YouTube recommendations. That's funny. Brad DeMond, hello Sam. Again, thank you for the teas. Great quality, love them. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate you buying a t-shirt from us. He says he was a Browns fan. He gave up years ago. Thank you, Sam. You're awesome. Well, thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you. I'm honestly, if it isn't the Bears, I'm not that big of a football fan. Now, I grew up playing football, don't get me wrong. But I've never lived in a place where it was readily available for me to watch the Bears. It had to be some kind of weird thing, like it had to only be Monday Night Football, or it had to be only a special circumstance for them to get played on the national level, on a national broadcast or whatever. And so I just haven't watched much football over the course of my life. I played football in high school. Loved playing football. I love the fact that Aiden is getting into it now, and he's loving the game as well. I do enjoy the game. I just don't have that much of a connection to it. Strangely enough, hockey is a lot easier to watch for free. I will say that than football is, unless you already subscribe to, you know, cable or what have you, and we haven't subscribed to cable in forever. Like yesterday, we watched the Super Bowl on Tubi, and Tubi was free, so cool. I watch hockey. I got to watch 2 Blackhawk games over the weekend. That was amazing. One on Friday and one on Saturday. One was against the Predators. They beat them 6-1. So that was a cool thing to finally be able to watch the Hawks win, and they beat them 6-1. Donato was just on fire. He got 4 points with 2 goals and 2 assists. Super fun game to watch. And then the one against the Blues on Saturday, also a really fun game to watch, but it went into overtime and then a shootout, and then they lost in the shootout. But it was 5-5 in regulation. So again, really fun game to watch. So that was a cool highlight from the weekend. Usually I can't. Usually I don't get to watch a lot of Blackhawks either, but I just like watching hockey, so it doesn't matter to me. Check it out, Sam. You will not be disappointed, I promise. I think it's almost a decade old. Super Bowl commercial of Death Wish Coffee is the best commercial ever. I will look that up. That was also one of the coolest highlights. I think they did an amazing job this year on. Some of them were weird, don't get me wrong, but most of them were just very cool, very funny, very, I don't know, it just, all of the commercials were fun to watch as well. None of them were, there was one where I was like, come on, this is too much, too much. But then it turned out to be a breast cancer awareness video commercial. And so I was like, okay, I understand why they did it, but that made me uncomfortable. Anyway, all the other ones were great. Didn't, it's just what it is, you know. And I enjoyed the time yesterday. Had a guy stop over from our church, our city group, for a little while. He had other things to do, so he couldn't stay. But it was fun talking to him, and then we watched the game, and it was mainly just me and Jess most of the time. So we had a good time. Just bought Marvel Dice Throne X-Men, finally available at retail. Oh, really? Well, I better get on that because I don't think I backed it. I know JT's getting it, but LaFleur is a basic worker placement game, but there's no limit to the number of workers you can choose in action, so it's casual. That's cool. Brad says he used to love the NFL, but anymore just watch my sons play in college. Yep, that's about the size of it. I saw only the very end of the game. Honestly, I didn't really care about it. Really? Vanessa, you're from Philadelphia. What? What? Come on, girl. Shoo. Wow. Hockey is so much better than football. Yes, it absolutely is. Hard stop, full agreement. You know, you know, one of the I think that Nick Serrano, the Philadelphia Eagles coach, said that football is the greatest team sport. And in one of his interviews, he said it in passing, but I was like, not really, dude. But again, I'm biased. I think hockey's the best because it really, I don't know. I just feel like it is. One of the things that I did really enjoy about the Super Bowl last night was how much emphasis was on the linemen, the O-line and the D-line on both sides of the ball. You know, Kansas City was doing a great job at keeping Barkley at bay and him not having a big night. And the Eagles' offensive line were just doing a really good job most of the time with protecting Jalen Hurts. And you know, the one time that they didn't is that one turnover where he threw the interception. But I just usually everybody focuses on the quarterback or the running back or one or two of the wide receivers or the tight end, you know, or whatever. But last night it was really kind of a focus on, it seemed like, to me at least, there was more of a focus on the team in general, and I thought that was cool. I also like how Jalen Hurts had such a cool connection with his line and how he leads his line, and you know, they had a picture of him going over you know, video or tape or whatever after that that turnover, and I like that. You know, you could tell that they weren't yelling at each other. You could tell that they weren't you know, barking at each other or anything like that. They were just going over, this is what happened. All right, man, you got to make sure you do this, you know, and that kind of thing. That's just kind of what and I enjoyed seeing that, you know. I enjoyed seeing people mess up, and then they weren't being yelled at. They were just being coached and mentored, and I liked that. I thought it was cool. Whatever, you're from Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, it's the same thing. Yeah, see, Eric said it. Oh no, crap. I'm agreeing with Eric. Crap. That's right, she is from Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. It starts with a P. Both of them starts with a P, so that's why I thought they were the same thing. See? And the only time I've ever seen you was in Philadelphia, Vanessa. So deal with it. You're basically from Philadelphia, as far as I'm concerned. Real football is much better than American one. It's also played by foot. Oh, whatever, Bob. Whatever. Go ahead. Token European response. You got it. All right. Can we move on now, Bob? Is that okay with you? All right. Thank you. Just was reading about Asmodee getting cut loose. You think their game production will go up? See more games come out from them? Actually, no. I haven't heard anything about that, so I really don't understand. Getting cut loose. Getting cut loose from what? Now I am intrigued. I'm going to move that over so that I can actually still see chat when I'm doing this over here. Asmodee news. February 10th, 2025. Something that Asmodee's CEO Kogler describes as a new phase in the development of an independent company. So have they split off from the Embracer Group? Like, I understand what this is talking about. So, board game company Asmodee became the first IPO of the year on NASDAQ Stockholm, something that Asmodee's CEO describes as a new phase. International company operating in 27 countries. Made the listing change from First North to the main list. We have retained many of the corporate governance functions that we established when we were previously independent in a PE-owned environment. We have introduced some new key positions to ensure that Asmodee is ready as a listed standalone company, and all these functions have been in place ahead of the listing process. Interesting. All right, well, I guess there you have it. Well, if they're listed on their own, I don't think they're underneath the Embracer umbrella anymore. I don't think you, I mean, I have no idea. But, I mean, I don't know that you can be listed as an entity individually if you are corporately part of another entity. So, with them being listed on their own, I think that means it. Do I think game production will go up? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm more interested in trying to figure out, are they still underneath all of that? Because there was a last year, Embracer Group announced that Asmodee was going to be taking over all of their debt, which, like, Asmodee was going to do it on their own from their shell company, you know, the umbrella company. And I was like, wow, that's going to make it rough for Asmodee. So I don't know if they're still carrying that, or have they paid it all off? Are they that big? Are they that? I don't know. I have no idea how it's going to affect them, but maybe. I mean, there were already a ton of games coming out from Asmodee, as it were. To see that go up, I don't know. Enjoyed watching the Bama boys on the Eagles show them what the Crimson Tide brings to the table. You got that right, Nick. They call them team sports, but one person always gets the praise and hate. I don't know, Matthew. Kinda, but that's kind of what I loved about what I was watching last night with the Eagles. You know, you didn't see Jalen Hurts walking up to Jorgen, whatever his name is, the center for the Eagles, and he wasn't like yelling at him and berating him and doing all this kind of stuff. He was like, he had the screen and he was like pointing, and they were calm and they were collected. They looked like professionals. They didn't look like, other things that we've seen this year from other teams that may or may not have been on the field. Not quite, Eric. Eastern PA and Western PA are two different areas, and Brady did a great job commentating. He surprised me. For all of the hate that Brady got, he does seem to be a professional. So I do, as far as in spirit and in capability. So I didn't dislike it either. I threw up. My wallet blew up. Oh, too bad for you, Matthew. Yeah, everybody. I've seen a picture of Jalen Hurts walking by at the beginning of the game when all of the commentators were giving their picks for who was going to win, and everybody had picked the Kansas City Chiefs to win, and the one still showed him looking at the screen, and another still just showed him walking, going, like, all right, here it goes. Let's see. Always makes me happy to hear the players give glory to God for a win. That is also true. Keep those priorities straight. I drove all the way across the state to visit Philly. It's 5 hours away from Pittsburgh. Okay. Cool. Night Watch Games is here. Pork, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. It's on BGG News article. All right, I'll go look at it later on. Have you played Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game? Yes, I have. Played it on the cruise. JT taught me and a couple other people how to play, and we had a blast. Love that game. I'm going to be purchasing my own copy, but I just have to get around to it. But yes, I have played it, really do enjoy it. According to Games Radar, if I'm reading it right, Asmodee is taking $920 million in debt. Man, good night. That's so much money. Whew. I feel like Asmodee is going to try and own every board gaming company in the industry. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. But it might feel like it. Because they can't own everybody. But they can own all of the big players, and they already own a few of those big players, and so it already kind of feels like a Ma Bell, Southwestern Bell type thing going on. I believe Sam and JT had it on one of their recent top 10 lists. Yes, we did. Maybe he can. Oh wow, jeez, David, man. This is also a channel about pop culture, my friend, and the Super Bowl was yesterday, sir. So look at the end of our, the outro for all of our videos. It says pop culture's there, buddy. So yes, it was on our, first of all, it was most recently on both of our top 10 or bottom 5 and top 5 scenario-driven games. It was also on our bottom 5, top 5 games that we played on the cruise. So it has been on both of those lists since then. I know they had Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth. Don't recall the Trick Taker, but that's cool. Yeah, no. I really enjoy the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth. I actually, most of the reason why I bought that one was because of Vincent Dutrait's artwork and the IP. But the playing of the game, Duel for Middle Earth, is also very fun. The trick-taking game is actually designed by Brian Bornmuller, which used to work for Fantasy Flight Games before they were taken or purchased by Asmodee. And I don't know what he's doing now, but he's a great guy. Great head for games and gaming. So it's good to see that he's getting there. Football side chat, right? Board game Monopoly. I see what you did there. Sam, how often would you say you purchase games aside from those you get for reviews? I probably purchase an equal number of games to games that I am sent for review or preview. I get sent prototypes for preview, and then I also get sent a lot of games. No, that might be misspoke. I don't get sent a lot of games in comparison to what I would think a lot of other content creating channels get, which is fine because I'm a one-man show. I'm having trouble staying above water as it is, treading water with how many games I'm getting sent. So, I also have the Dice Tower giving me some stuff too. So, I don't actually go and ask people for review copies. I will usually go and try to purchase. Like if I'm at a convention, I will not walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, I've got a channel. Will you give me a review copy?" I don't do that. Now, if they see me coming and they're like, "Here, have this review copy," if they offer, I'll take it more often than not. But otherwise, because there's a lot of people that work booths at conventions that they don't know me from Adam, and I'm not saying that they should, but so if I'm talking to somebody and they don't know who I am, they don't know that I have a channel, I'm just going to purchase the game because I have an interest in it, and that's one of the things that I want to do on this channel. I want to show you guys and gals the stuff that I like, the stuff that I'm interested in, the stuff that I'm the stuff that I want to cover. I don't necessarily want to try to do everything because I'm not going to like everything. And just because I don't like it doesn't mean that you're not going to like it. So, so I usually will offer, or no, it's not even an offer because that implies that there's a dichotomy there. I usually don't even mention that I have a channel. If I'm interested in something, I walk up and I say, "Hey, I want to purchase this." Now, if somebody back there recognizes me and say, "Why are you paying for this? Just take it as a review copy," then I will say thank you. And that is kind of like an unwritten contract at that point, kind of. But I do tell people, especially if they reach out through email, I tell them that I may or may not get to it. If it looks interesting, sure, it'll get priority, but I can't promise you that I'll cover everything that gets sent. And most publishers realize that and understand that. Really looking forward to the fate of the Fellowship, the Lord of the Ring pandemic. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. I had not even heard of it, but JT had it on his most anticipated games for this year. And that is, I have to say, that's something I'm looking forward to as well. Sam will buy any game with Dutrait artwork. That's a very close statement. I will say this. This has almost made it into one of the giveaways for It Belongs in a Museum, the contests that we do on It Belongs in a Museum. This has almost made it in because it's the right size to fit in the boxes that I use to send out stuff. And I'm having a harder time finding the right size boxes to send people things. And so like 3 or 4 times this past time, I was like, I want to, no, it's got Detroit's artwork on it. I don't want to do that. I mean, I like the game too, but the game isn't so good that I just have to keep it, but it's got Detroit's artwork on it. So this is a game that I did buy, and I bought it because it has Detroit's artwork on it. It turns out that I actually enjoy the game as well, but now I'm having trouble getting rid of it because it's got Detroit's artwork on it. One of these times that I organize my games, I'm going to make a section that's just Detroit artwork, and it's going to be beautiful. I'll have to take pictures when that happens. I heard about the pandemic one. I will be interested in seeing more about that. Yes. Victoria says, that is true, Vanessa. You don't know me. What if Detroit did art for Monopoly? Well, see, my first thought was, that's not going to happen. But they would probably offer him an insane amount of money, and he would probably be dumb to say no. It depends on what the IP would be. It depends on what the context of the game would be. Because I didn't not enjoy Star Wars Monopoly back when it was like episode 1, when they had the really blinged out like double layered board that had the big like Coruscant buildings as hotels and all that kind of stuff. That was a really, and the pewter miniatures that came inside of it, that was a really cool copy. I kept that one for years after Tom gave it to me for my birthday. I loved it, actually. I really enjoyed it. But, yeah, I probably, I mean, it would be one of those things where I just have it. I just collect it. I probably wouldn't play it. I was talking to one of the ladies at church this morning when I stopped by to talk to one of the pastors, and I said, she started talking about how her husband Justin was showing her some of the videos that I've taken in here about, you know, the different things in my collection, and she was you know, visibly surprised. And so we started talking about the channel, and we started talking about collecting games. And you know, you usually don't get rid of stuff that you collect. You collect it. That's what that word means, right? But every once in a while you have to start culling, but usually it doesn't go at a 1-for-1 ratio, you know. But I would probably buy it, but I probably wouldn't play it. But then I would feel weird that I've bought a game that I never played it. I only bought it for the artwork. Maybe I would make it like a shadow box out of it. Since it's Monopoly, and it's like Monopoly is so, you know, deeply ingrained in American culture, then maybe I'd make a shadow box of it, because that would be cool. Depends on how much artwork Vincent actually did for it. Like if the middle of the board was like all his artwork, it would be tempting. All right, maybe you guys do know me. I don't know. My game purchases have slowed down, David says. However, it looks like there is an Inish big box coming to Kickstarter in Q2, which may be interesting. Ooh. I already have everything for Inish, though. It would have to be really nice. I mean, really nice. Hasbro has those deep pockets, so if they wanted him, they will get him. That's true. The thing is, I think that Hasbro doesn't really have their finger on the pulse as much as they would need to dig that deeply into board game artwork. I think they would probably use their stock, their, whatever IP that they were making a video, another Monopoly game of. I think they would just use like their own artists. They wouldn't go hire Vincent Dutrait. Dutrait art section. I know, right? That sounds cool. I'm really considering buying Loot. Haven't even heard of it before your top 100. It's actually really fun. I was talking with Tim Mativier, the person who runs Dice Tower West, and he was the one that we just recorded that I haven't edited yet, episode 9, I think. And he talks about Loot and how he enjoyed it. So be on the lookout for that. The Western Contingent, episode 9. I would give you a pass if you picked up Dutrait Love Letter, but you lose all street cred if you pick up Monopoly just for the art. No, I don't. No, I don't, David. I don't lose all street cred. I might lose some cred with you, but that does not equate all of my street cred. So, back up off me, bro. Sam Vincent Dutrait versus Adrian Smith. Adrian Smith. The name doesn't ring a bell. Iron Maiden guitarist? Or the U.S. representative? Bob, I know you're probably talking about the Iron Maiden guitarist. But I had to say it. I just thought it was funny. Oh man, he lost his... Adrian Smith lost his house in the LA wildfires. Well, that sucks. Man. Yeah, that was such a bad thing. Monopoly Duel by Marc Andre, Bruno Cathala, and art by Vincent Dutrait. Sign me up. Oh, that's not actually a bad combo, bro. I mean, you're talking about, I think it would not just be me that enjoys that game at that point. Because if you have Bruno Cathala and Marc Andre putting their heads together to make a dual game of Monopoly, and they've got Vincent Dutrait to do the artwork for it, I don't think that's Monopoly anymore, dude. I think that's a brand new game that people are going to love. Like Sam has any street cred. I know, Eric. I know. Go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. No, Blood Rage Artist. It's good, but I mean, I don't dislike Blood Rage's art, but Blood Rage is... I'm not drawn to Blood Rage for the art because it's just on the cards, and most of the time the cards are... You're more interested in the effect, and the artwork gets overlooked. I now see his name in Blood Rage's font on the box. Now I remember, but His artwork is good, dude. Don't get me wrong. And the box cover is amazing. Wow. See, I'm looking at the concept art. All right, I got to do it. Jess would be telling me to do this, so I'm going to have to just do it. Do it. Do what must be done. Let's see. Video. No. Screen capture. That's what we need. Add. Then we're going to do window. Google Chrome. No, not that one. Stupid. No, not that. Gotta go with Google Chrome, and then there we go. Boom. There we go. So as we're looking through this, this is concept art from Blood Rage. Back when they were creating it. So this is the artwork that Bob is talking about. Bob Brock is talking about. This is Adrian Smith. And I cannot disagree with you, man. This is great artwork. Really is. I'm curious, though, what else has he done? Dude, look at those. Wow. I love those kind of sepia tones and the black and whites. That one's kind of boring. But it looks good, man. These are really nice, actually. But that's awesome. Yep, that's good stuff, man. The Wolfman. That's good stuff. Good pick, too. Can't disagree with you. That's for sure. But Brad, $4.99. I missed the old style's second D&D artwork. Something about the art back in the 80s and early 90s is just great. Yeah, I agree with that. Looked up Love Thy Nerd Now. They do Bible Thump podcast. I love that one. Yeah, they're great. They're a great group, guys and gals. They're a faith-based organization that seeks to lessen the gap between the church and pop culture, nerd culture, really, not really pop culture, and so they're great people. They're great people. Every time I hear Marc-Andre, I immediately think of the goalie, Marc-Andre Fleury. He's one of the best. The Flower is one of the best. That's for absolutely true. So many good saves throughout his career. Something else. Stetson, what's up? Stetson, good to see you, buddy. Nick says Sam is street cred. Don't listen to these naysayers. I can't agree with that either, bro. I'm sorry. Artist, not the guitarist, is a huge name. He's a big fish. Not in board gaming, unfortunately. I guess he's too expensive. He went to design his own game, Hate. And did the artwork, of course. Okay, well, that's the other game then. I'm interested, though, what he has done other than Blood Rage and Hate. Let me go to Board Game Geek, and I can search artists, and then do Adrian Smith. Oh, there's two of them. No image available. Let's try that again. And I'll do the second one this time. Boom. Nope, that's, yeah, okay. So he's known for illustrations and games, workshop games, especially the Warhammer Fantasy, Warhammer 40K. He worked for Simon as the lead artist as of 2017. So since 2017, he's been working for them. So he has, crud, dang it. There we go. Looks like he has Advanced Space Crusade, Ankh, AT-43 Army Book, Carmen's, AT-43, Blood Rage, and everything for Blood Rage, it looks like. Chronopia, Conan from Monolith, and a book set. Collector's box, a lot of other Conan stuff. Cthulhu Death May Die. All right, yeah, this dude's legit. Absolutely. Hate. Horus Heresy Book 1. Journey, Wrath of Demons. Rising Sun. Leviathan, some Magic the Gathering credentials, Mordred. So the others, okay, now I'm tracking. Okay, yep, that dude's legit. But again, I would probably say he's definitely in my top 10, but, and Dutrait would be my number 1. Like, I don't even have to think about it. It's just the art style, I guess. One of my all-time favorite games, Blood Rage. I think you can still find the art book for sale. Oh, cool. Blood Rage box looks like a Molly Hatchet album cover. It actually does, you're right. Adrian's work has got a Frazetta feel. I don't even know who Frazetta is. Now Sam is going to be buying prints of his artwork. Stop costing the man his money, people. That would be something I could do, but man, that's where stuff gets really expensive. Brent Woodside. Brent and Carla Woodside are a couple of artists that if you like Marvel and Star Wars artwork, go check them out. We have a lot of Brent and Carla Woodside's artwork in our home. That's how good it is. I'll probably throw that into, I'm going to be cutting some video of a little walkthrough of the upstairs tomorrow, and I'll probably throw the stuff that we have on the walls as we do that walkthrough. But just to show you his artwork, he does great artwork. It's all officially licensed by Marvel and by Disney for Star Wars. So, but I have done that, and it's not cheap. It's not really expensive either because you're buying prints. You're not buying the actual artwork itself. So buying the actual artwork itself is crazy expensive. That's way out of my range. Thanks for the It Belongs in a Museum small prize. I've heard it arrived at its destination. You've heard it arrived or it did arrive? Do you have it? That's a really cryptic way of saying that. Did it go somewhere it wasn't supposed to go? Blood Rage was my first real board game purchased at Olympia Cards and Comics. That's cool. That's a good store. That's a really good store. I've been there before. I thought Miko was my favorite, and I love the guy, but he started to recycle his own artwork in various games. It's fine, but not exciting anymore. Anything that Smith does is still exciting. Got it. Thank you for clarifying, Eric. I appreciate it. Frank Frazetta. Tarzan, Molly Hatchet. Okay, cool. He's a legend. Godfather of fantasy art. Cool beans. All right. Well, I tell you, we've only got a few more minutes here. Let's see. This week, tomorrow is going to be normal, or rather the new normal, or the current normal, which is we'll do It Belongs in a Museum tomorrow morning, and then we won't be able to do a live play tomorrow night because we have company coming over and for dinner, so we have to get ready for that as soon as Jess gets off of work. And Wednesday, I'm trying to think. I think no, I do have that. We're gonna play that some more times, and then I think I'll be able to do a review of Builders of Sylvandale. I want to get a couple more plays in it, and I think we will be able to, but that might be on the docket. I don't want to shortchange it though, so if I can't get enough plays of it in by Wednesday, I'll have to change that. But I'll do my best to get a live review done on Wednesday this week, because that's going to be possible this week, whereas last week it wasn't, with all of the editing I had to do. Thursday we'll be back on board with our solo mode gaming, and then Friday we're going to be doing a live play of Terminus Frontier, and it will be a paid play. Their Kickstarter is actually launching tomorrow. Preview video is done. The preview video will be going live tomorrow, so you can give that a look tomorrow as well. I think it's going live 8:30 in the morning here on the Pacific Coast, so it'll be around 11:30 over there on the East Coast. But Terminus Frontier, yeah, we've got, oh no, wait, it's the 21st, not the 14th. No. Yeah, so not this coming Friday, but next Friday. So not this week, next week. We'll be doing a live play of it. This week is Valentine's Day. That will probably play into this somehow. I don't know exactly how, but we'll do it somehow. We'll get it worked in there somehow. Let's see. Oh, had it sent to a friend. Thank you, David. I remember now. Yes, I remember. Okay, thank you. Good. I'm glad it got there. Try Unconscious Mind. I don't have it. I don't own it. I want to try it. It's one of those things that has Dutrait's artwork. I want to play it. But I've also heard about how thinky it is. Go figure. But you might like it. You like heavy games, and it is actually thematic. I do agree with that. Company? Who likes you? Oh, Jess's friends. Yes, Jesse. People don't like me. You're right, Eric. Stetson says, is JT going to be at Dice Tower West? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. They bring me in because I'm a part-timer on the Dice Tower, and Jess is going to come with me, but they haven't offered to bring JT in. Now, I'm also I usually try not to, for the bigger conventions, I'll ask him if he wants me to ask whoever's. But the smaller ones, I try not to, because he's got a regular 9 to 5, bro. He's got, and I don't know what his vacation time is for, and family time and all that other kind of stuff. So I don't usually do that. But JT going to be at Dice Tower West? No. As long as my copy arrives, I'm bringing my copy of Elder Scrolls to Dice Tower West. A friend of mine and I are planning on playing one of the campaigns. He is welcome to join. Cool. I don't think he's going to be there, but I appreciate the offer. Get your jab before he wraps up. Jab quota. Gotta head out. Talk to y'all later. See you later, Vanessa. Have fun in Philly. All right. Oh, dang it. Disconnect this. That's why I disconnected this from that, because it drains the battery with that connection. Oh, well. All right, well, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. We've got a lot of stuff coming up this weekend. Like we're going to a marriage conference this weekend at our church, Jess and I. It's called the We Conference, and we're going to be doing that on Friday and Saturday. It's going to be all day Saturday, so we probably won't be able to get a live stream in on Saturday for the Q&A, but I think it doesn't start until 4. I think it doesn't start until 4 on Friday, so we should be still good for doing a live stream on Friday. So I think the only day that we won't have our regularly scheduled stuff up is on Saturday, I think. Bottom 5, top 5 are still up in the air. It might just be me solo for those on Friday morning on the Dice Tower and here on the Flipside, because we usually record that stuff over the weekend or earlier in the week. There's a possibility that JT will be able to get here before Thursday, and Thursday is my deadline for getting those edited. So I just don't know yet because I haven't heard back from him. He's working. So I'll try to keep you guys up to date on that. At any rate, there is going to be a bottom 5, top 5, but it might just be me solo instead of me and JT together. Just depends on how that works out. Maybe I could do a bottom 5, top 5 with Jess. That's a thought. That's a thought. But nice to see ordinary people strengthening their marriages. Yep, that's the exact reason. Every time he says it, I hear a we. No, it's W-E, not W-I-I. That's amazing. Will you take games to the marriage conference? No. This is a conference where we're going to go and there will be interaction, but there's also going to be speakers, and we're going to listen and take notes and worship and be together and that kind of stuff. And they have, they usually provide a dinner first thing, and then we go and into our first couple of I can't remember what they call them, like scheduled time. I don't know. I can't remember what they call them. Anyway, we usually we'll eat dinner Friday night and then go into our scenarios is what's coming to mind. That's not the right one. It's not scenarios. It's I don't know, teaching slots. I don't know what they are. Teaching something, time slots. I don't know. And usually we have about 4 or 5, 6 of those over the course of the weekend. And in between those, there's other things, other activities planned. So we'll be doing that on Friday and Saturday. And then we've got a hockey game Saturday night. So yeah, that's it. So we aren't going to be taking any games to the conference because we won't have time to do that. We're going to be like laser focused on positive principles of marriage. Yeti, what's up? What's up, dude? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Breakout sessions. Sure, sessions. That's the word I was looking for. Sessions. Yes, different session. It's called a session. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, dude. So yeah, we won't be taking any games to the because it's a pretty regimented time as we're there, but it's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. All right, well, I'm out of here. We'll see you later. I got to head out to the other house to start helping getting it staged. And then we're going to have a real estate photographer take some pics, and we're hopefully going to be getting our thing posted, listed, hopefully this week. So deadline is on the 19th, I think, is the latest that our real estate agent wanted to list. So we'll do it. Break is over. Back to the rule books. All right, David, back to the rule books for you. We'll see you guys later. I'm going to take you to the WrestleMania insert scream here. Interesting. Have a great evening. Take care, everyone. You the same, my friend. We'll see you guys and gals tomorrow morning for It Belongs in a Museum. Until then, take care. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Bye-bye.